Hello and welcome to Game Week 2 predictions. Last week I got 4 points, which isn't the best. That's terrible actually. But hopefully the first game jitters are out the way and teams start performing. We're going to start off with West Ham versus Chelsea this week. So a few takeaways from West Ham's game. Absolutely shambolic. How do you lose 3-0 to a promoted side? Their team is not as good as I once thought. They need a left-sided threat. There was nothing going on that left side. They had Bowen, Paqueta, and then sometimes Fulkrug would even drift off to the right side. Left side, it was all Diouf, and he barely even got the ball. Rodriguez in the midfield, come on. In big 2025, you're still running Rodriguez, and apparently Alvarez is going to leave, who I think is their best midfielder. He's going to leave. This team's falling apart. It's not looking bright for these guys. As for Chelsea, terrible as well. 3 shots on target out of 19 shots. 19 shots. They were just shooting to shoot. But for this matchup, it's usually random on what happens. I thought you would expect Chelsea to win here, but it's usually random. But Chelsea have to win. Come on. I think Chelsea will come out firing this game, and it's going to be another bad game for West Ham. I'm going to go for a 3-0 win to Chelsea. Next up is City versus Spurs. City, great performance. There was a couple bad moments at the start, but we got better as time went on. I think everybody played well except Doku. I think Doku's our only weak link in that game. I don't understand how he moves so much but does so little. He jitters. He does a bunch of this, but he does nothing with it. As for Reindeers, goated. I can see him replacing De Bruyne, not 1 for 1, but he can be creative. He can drive in the box. He can score goals, get the assists. I think he could be our replacement. As for Spurs, they struggled a little bit after they scored. So they got an early goal and then they struggled. But second half came by and then Kudus and Richarlison connected again. So good on Thomas Frank to get the best out of Richarlison already. Got 2 goals. I'm pretty sure in preseason, I think he got a goal. I'm not too sure. But yeah, it's looking quite good for them. For this matchup, Spurs has been our bogey team in the recent games. Out of the last 4 games that we played at the Etihad against Spurs, we've only won once and then lost twice. I think we're going to lose points here. Not all of them. I'm going to go for a 2-2 draw. Next up is Bournemouth versus Wolves. Bournemouth actually looked quite alright, even though their backline got robbed. Areola is him. He's proven it once again. He can do it with whatever you give him, he can do it. And then Semenyo getting a brace. He looks great. I don't know how anybody didn't go for him. I mean, their whole backline got picked. How did no one go for Semenyo? But they still do need a couple more signings. I feel like it's just, if there's an injury here or there, their squad can decrease in quality drastically. As for Wolves, the first half wasn't quite bad. They actually had some moments, but they just couldn't stay on side. Maybe that's because City have a good line and they know how to, play the offside trap. But Wolves' performance is sort of what you expected from them. Not anything special, but not anything completely terrible. As for this matchup, Wolves have never lost to Bournemouth away, but I do see that changing here. Wolves, I feel like they just don't have enough to win. I think they'll score, but they won't win. I'm going to go for a 2-1 win to Bournemouth. Next up is Brentford versus Villa. Brentford, that has to be a wake-up call. If there was ever a wake-up call, that was it right there. Villa, they had a physical battle against Newcastle and ultimately got nothing. They got 0-0. But I feel like Newcastle had a little bit more because of pace. It was the same issue last season. Aston Villa have no pace. They have no one to, go on the break. You just send the ball up and hopefully the fast player can get it, but they have no one to do that. And then they got a silly red card through Konsa, so he's going to be missing this game. But I don't think that matters. It's Brentford again. Brentford have never beaten Villa haven't beat Villa since 2022, so it's been a couple years. I don't see it changing it here. I'm going to go for a 2-0 win to Villa. Next up is Burnley versus Sunderland. Burnley, they had a decent first half, but it's just the second half they couldn't repeat it, and also they just don't have enough going forward. I can already tell it's going to be a very long season for Burnley. They're not going to get much out of any game. As for Sunderland, they have a new team. It's literally like 9 new debuts, I think, that in that game, or something like that. 8 new debuts. It's literally not Sunderland anymore. And it was solid debuts. Every single one had a good first game. When these two teams faced in the championship last season, it ended in a draw twice, 0-0 both times. I don't see it happening this time. Sunderland is just, they added too much. It's a great team now. Alright, it's a decent team. I feel like it will be a 0-0 for a majority of the game, but Sunderland will sneak a goal. Burnley will be very stubborn at back because they do have a fight back. I feel like Sunderland will sneak a goal through though at the very last couple minutes and get a 1-0 win. Next up is Arsenal versus Leeds. Arsenal, their set piece bullshit starts again. Shameless work from these guys. It's disgusting. It's honestly disgusting. This team is nothing but defense. Their defense saved them once again, and it was a terrible game from them. Honestly, other than their defense, it was a terrible game. As for Leeds, they actually had a great game. They did better than what I expected against Everton. I didn't know these guys were a pressing machine like this. They would not stop going at Everton anytime they had the ball. And Tanaka, he is a baller. I heard a little bit about him, but I don't know he was this good. But in saying all that, praising Leeds, shitting on Arsenal, I still see Arsenal winning here. Arsenal haven't lost to Leeds for a while now, so I'm going to give it to Arsenal. I'm going to say a 3-1 win to Arsenal. Next up is Crystal versus Forest. Crystal, defensively, solid. Attacking-wise, could have had a little bit more. Gahey was great that game. If they lose him, that's going to be a big loss. Same thing goes for Eze. If they lose him, that's a huge hole to replace. And even if they don't lose those two, they need recruitments. They need quality subs, because I feel like this team is going to get tired with the Prem, the European competition games. They're going to get tired, and they're going to get some injuries. They need recruitments. As for Forest, I underestimated them. They haven't lost a step from last season. They're in the same level. I thought they were going to drop off a little bit, but they look just as dangerous. Anderson is so good. Defensively, attacking wise, he can do everything. One of the most underrated players in the Prem right now. And they're adding recruitments as well. They bought McAtee from us. They're trying to get Rico Lewis from us, and a couple other guys that I haven't heard of, but they are moving in the market. For this matchup, it's usually low scoring. In recent years, it has been low scoring. No team scores more than one goal, so it's usually a 1-1 or a 1-0 or 0-0. I think it's going to be a 1-1. I can see both teams scoring here, but not too much, because both teams have solid defenses. Next up is Everton versus Brighton. Everton, disastrous performance. That is not what I expected from Everton. I expect them to be a lot better than this. I think 11th place I had them in overall Premier League predictions, but they go ahead and lose a game to a promoted side. But they did nearly hold off and got a point, but there was a stupid decision of that handball on Tarkowski. That was never a handball. Where else is he supposed to put his hand? He had it right next to him. Like that was an awful call. As for Brighton, they played well, but there's just something missing from them, and I think it's a striker, a quality striker. I don't know what happened to Welbeck. He might be injured, but they had Rutter up there. He's more of a 10. I feel like just give one of that Greek kid a chance. Let's see what he can do. Everton's going to have a stubborn defense, but I still see them conceding here. But Everton in their new stadium, maybe they'll get more motivation there. It's a tough game to call, but I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw. Next up is Fulham versus United. Fulham didn't have the best of games, and honestly, all they really did was get a late winner through Muniz. They do often. I feel like they've gotten a lot of late winners. Harry Wilson especially, it's gotten them like 3 late winners. I remember Kearney getting a goal as well and getting them a late win or a late draw. So maybe they're going to keep up with that. As for United, promising start. They look decent. Cunha looks great, and Mbeumo had a couple of little chances, but I need to see the top 3 signings start together. None of this sub-in Sesko stuff. Just put him in. I wanted to see that. As for the matchup, United usually don't lose to Fulham away, and I don't see them losing here either. I'm going to go for a 2-1 win to United. And then the last game of the game week, we have Newcastle versus Liverpool. Newcastle had a decent first half, but they just couldn't get shots off. And then the second half, it was embarrassing. Aston Villa got a red card, couldn't break them down. Yeah, pretty bad. If they had Isak, they would have won the game. I honestly believe that, and I'm pretty sure most people believe that. But no, he wants to throw a hissy fit and play for the opponents, this week's opponent. And talking about Liverpool, their fullbacks, shaky debuts from both of them. Kirkes defensively was getting exposed by Semenyo, maybe because they know each other, right? Semenyo knows how to get through him. And then on the other side, Frimpong, he looked clueless. He didn't know where to be. He was just going up and down that field. And even Verts, he had a pretty bad debut as well. The only one that had a good start was Ekitike. He looks like the truth. I don't understand why they're going for Isak when you have Isak at home. I'm tired of saying it. Why are they going for Isak? Why are you going to splash 150 million on someone you already have? But like I said before, the counters will hurt this team. Semenyo got 2 goals because of counters, and Newcastle can hit you with counters. They have Ilanga on one side and Gordon on the other. Hopefully they put Gordon on the left wing and Barnes down the middle. Barnes is more of a striker in my eyes, and Gordon is more of a left wing. So Newcastle can hurt Liverpool here, but I think Liverpool has too much. Even though Liverpool, a lot of their players had bad games, even Salah had a bad game, right? They still got 4 goals. They're still gonna score on you. So I see it happening here. Newcastle will score, but Liverpool will win 3-1 to Liverpool. And those are my predictions for game week 2. Tell me what you guys think. Leave a like, subscribe, and peace.